Hey everybody. If I look familiar to you, I was that guy yesterday. If you're in the with the keynote speaker that lost his underwear, um, I made sure I came fully dressed today. And it gets pretty cold in these rooms, so thank goodness. But anyway, so Chris and I both are gonna try to go quickly through this. I know it's the last presentation of the day. A lot of you are probably thinking about dinner and other things, and we'll make sure you get out of here quickly. We'll run through go through the important points, and then we'll hang out for 5 or 10 minutes. If you have any questions, be able to answer any questions you have. Let's get started. All right, so I'm Dustin Rich. I'm the PCI practice lead at A-LIGN, and I brought with me Chris Lamm. He's one of my managing consultants on the PCI team. He works directly with our clients. The product we're going to talk about today is called Ascend. It's our technology product, and he works with it every day with the client, helps set it up for them. So I thought it'd be great to have him with me here to talk about our product. All right. So before we get into Ascend, I think it's important to understand what A-LIGN does and why Ascend. Ascend is we're a global security and compliance organization that serves over 4,000 customers a year. We currently are the leader when it comes to SOC 2 and high trust assessments in the world. We also are in the top 3 FedRAMP and StateRAMP 3 PAOs. We're a certified body with ISO for several standards. And we engage with over 400 PCI DSS customers annually currently. So we do a lot of audits. And the most important thing of all of this is that most of our clients actually do an average of 3 or 4 audits with us. So they're doing several audits. And because of that, going back years, we were hearing from them that just the need to be more efficient, that they basically were spending the whole year going from audit to audit to audit, eating up resources, not just eating up resources, they were using those resources for repetitive things throughout the year, and it just was inefficient. So with that, we really listened to them, and we wanted to create a process for them to where it more operated as one assessment. So they go through one audit per year, but they're covering several audits. And we really worked to put that together, to execute it that way. And to do that, we really had to have a technology to support that. So we give them the ability our customers ability, and it's up to them. If they choose to do an individual audit every year, we can set it up that way. But most of our clients want to execute this efficiently. So we treat it as one audit experience. They get an information request list that operates as one audit, maps common controls, helps them filter where they need to on the service line if they choose to. They control their environment. They have the ability the tool was built to give them the ability to do all those basic things we see in an audit management tool. They can assign out the request to individuals in their organization. They could collaborate with the assessor, ask questions in the tool. That is really helpful. It helps them manage the environment. They have evidence that they share between service lines and so forth. They have all that control. With that as well, in the last 2 years, there's been a lot of enhancement of Ascend to take it to the next level. And that's what we're going to talk about today, some of these features. So some of those are like automated evidence collection to simplify evidence collection out of the system. But we have a policy management tool that really helps an organization track their policies, where everything's being met in the policies by each line of business. That's all recorded in the system, maps it, flags it for them. Whenever they make edits or changes, it'll notify them. They can see what that is affecting. The great thing is when it comes time to the audit, they basically push a button and it puts all that out there for the assessors to verify. So they're not having to go through and individually have to upload different documents or sections for each task. So a lot of time saving there with all these features. I'll go ahead and jump to the next slide. All right, this is more of a marketing slide, so I won't spend too much time on it. The one thing I wanted to point out in the slide is the little quote at the bottom, where compliance is really it is a full-time 365-day job. Compliance is every day of the year, but your annual audit assessment and the efforts you put in should not be chasing the audit. That's not where you're really providing the most value to your organization. You need time to work with your organizations, the owners of the controls, to make sure they understand what they're doing, that you're doing verification during the year, that things are being followed. And that's where organizations are falling short. They're chasing their audits, being tied down, just performing audits, collecting evidence all year. They're not having time to really do what's going to provide the most value. And that's where we're trying to help, and we're seeing more success, is where people are getting freed up to do the things really that are going to provide that value.
And with Ascend, we offer streamlined compliance. What that means is we have standardized information request lists that are unified across different audit regimes, be it high trust, ISO, SOC, and it allows consolidated an audit dashboard where there's a one-stop view. It's a swim lane view for the compliance that's been met across each regime according to the evidence that's been uploaded and accepted. We also offer centralized evidence collection, where there's one point where the evidence can be uploaded. For instance, a policy document that may apply across several could be uploaded one time and then applied to different controls for different audits. We also assignment management. We can do at a granular level on the client side. We can add users for specific departments, controls. Like for the networking department, they can be assigned the networking requests. Go ahead and go to the next one. And we offer streamlined compliance, meaning that A-LIGN offers from the beginning to the end compliance streamlining. We start with readiness and evidence collection. We offer real-time visibility that moves into the field work, and this is where A-LIGN adds real value. That we can work with you on the readiness and all the way through completion through field work, reporting, and accreditation and certification.
Yeah, and a lot of tools out there have value on the front end, but don't work very well on the back end. Where we built this in-house to really support our side of the audit service as well. So you have the benefits of both. So you have your tools you use to prepare, to collect evidence, and we'll talk about some of these other features too that help with that. But then also on the back end, there are things we're not even going to talk about that help our audit teams with the reporting side and helping to be more efficient on the back end as well. All right. So I'll cover this one. So simplified evidence collection. This is going over the automated evidence collection capabilities that we now have in Ascend. This is where our development teams have been spending a lot of time in the last 2 years. I think last year we spoke about this product now for this is the third year, and each year there's new enhancements and features. This is one that was introduced last year. It has gone to the next level. It's mature now. And we'll talk about the integrations we have, but our customers have the ability now to go into the system, create an integration, so that there is some work there to be done, and we have a team that would work with you. We have basically implementation standards for that to make sure it's secure connections, that you harden your side. So we have a read-only account to the API. All that has to be worked with your organization. But once that integration's complete and you enable that in our system and configure it, it gives you the ability to turn on, your admins have the ability to go into the portal and actually execute reviews. So there'll be abilities to go pull evidence back within the system. Currently, we're integrated with Google Cloud, all three major cloud providers. So Google Cloud, Azure, and AWS. And we'll go through our integration. So in addition to pulling that back, there's two things we do for you with that. There's a tool called Compliance Hub where we pull that back, and we have a partnership with CIS, and we take the related benchmarks to whatever we're pulling back and actually compare your results to what the given benchmark values are. So you're going to get a report in Compliance Hub that shows what's passing and failing for the given benchmarks of that whatever item you're pulling back. In addition, you have the ability to pull that back and actually apply to where that maps into our IRLs for the given line of business you're doing an assessment for. So this is an example, most likely like a SOC assessment that somebody's pulled back, and you can see the different reference value or the request numbers that is going to be pulled back with this given execution that they're setting up within the tool. So sometimes there'll be 20 items that may satisfy. Sometimes there could be one, but you'll have the ability to go through that, enable it, see the request, and approve that to bring everything back, and it would automatically feed the results back in to our system, so our auditors have access to that.
What is our integrations now? Over 100?
Yeah, I think that last slide said 90. It's actually we have over 100 integrations now. Those integrations are with HR tools, task tracking, ticketing systems, of course, all the major cloud service providers. We have partnerships with all of them. With that, now we don't have benchmarks for all of these with CIS, but we do have the ability to pull the evidence back and the needed evidence for that satisfy a given request you'll be notified in the system what that'll achieve with the given integrations we have, and enabling that will allow you to pull that back and actually automate the feed to the actual requirements. And that list is continuing to grow, and that comes from our customers. Our customers are actually making the request for these different integrations, and we have a team that's really monitoring that and trying to integrate with as many services as we can.
Simplified policy management is a new tool we've developed where policies can be integrated together and monitored for tracking changes, for approval workflows. It's where your existing policies can be integrated and quickly map your policies to requested evidence. It's the features are it'll highlight changes for you. It will give you a change tracking throughout, and best practice policy templates are provided to you.
All right, yeah, and this is the tool I spoke to earlier too. So when you map that, there's the benefit to feed it is part of your assessment as well. So the given mappings to that given standard automatically feed, so the assessor will have access to the wording and so forth, and be able to verify it for your assessment with you not having to do too much overhead at that point. And really the overhead is managing your policy during the year in the system. All right, and this is just an example of Compliance Hub and kind of the output. So somebody had run the automated evidence collection and could go into the module in Compliance Hub and actually will list what's passing and failing per whatever CIS benchmarks are applicable to that system you're actually pulling from the API. So all these features too are free. We give them away to all our customers. That's not always going to be the case, but currently our teams want as many users using this system, getting feedback, helping this product to advance. So one of the benefits right now is you get to use this for free. You get a free audit management tool, and that'll probably be the case for the next few years as this develops.
And this is my favorite slide. We're the largest issuer of SOC 2 and HIPAA reports. Or is it HITRUST? HITRUST, yes.
Yeah,
HITRUST reports. Our clients are looking for unification of effort and to maximize the time and effort they put into that. And this pie chart on the left is the outside circle is if you have completed a full PCI DSS assessment, and assuming that the scope is the same, if with a completed PCI assessment, 34% of your ISO requests would be met, and 29% of your SOC 2 requests are met. And that's already mapped into our IRLs, into our initial request lists when we combine the different assessments. So our clients have the ability to leverage that integration to save time, to get to where they need to be and not upload things multiple times for different assessments. They can apply it one time, multiple controls, multiple assessments.
And I didn't mention this too, and I did mention a little on the back end what it does to support us as an audit team, but we are an international company. We have offices in Panama. Our headquarters is in Tampa, Florida, but we have a large office in Bulgaria, offices in India and Dublin, Ireland as well. And with that, we have we manage an audit and may have things we want to assign to certain assessors internationally or after hours. And we have the capability and send to on the back end to manage that as well. So our assessors know exactly if Chris wants to pass something off and help on certain criteria, we have our team in Bulgaria that may be able to tackle something after hours. So it really helps us too on the audit side to be more efficient and really help execute things in a timely manner for our clients as well.
And they sure like us, don't they?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Never want an unhappy client. So we do our best to make them happy and take care of our clients. Now, this G2, I didn't know what this was until last week, but G2, and this is actually kind of a breaking news. This came out this morning formally on social media and everything. But G2, I guess, is the kind of de facto standard for software reviews. And they came out with their review last week, and we were identified as the leader in audit management mid-market, and all three categories, audit management Americas as well, which was a big achievement for us. With that, they did a lot of reviews between our customers and feedback, and some of the feedback too has been is included here, but really positive feedback from our clients. We first started building the software around 2015. I think Ascend version 1 came out in 2016. And I could tell you it's came a long way. I mean, any software you develop, the first iteration, there's always hiccups and things you need to address early on, little things you run into. It's matured so much over the years, and now these added features are just taking it to the next level. And we're getting a lot of positive feedback too from our clients. So, but that was quite the achievement. I know the corporate office is really happy about that. They put out the announcements today on social media. So it's exciting. All right. So we will be hanging out if any of you have questions. I do appreciate you guys being here for the last session of the day. You are the diehards. So you guys have a great, if you don't stick around, you guys have a great night. Hopefully we'll run into each other somewhere, but thank you.
Thank you.